Welcome back to That's So Vegas. Christine here with Jackie Bratt. Boy, we have so many memories. We could do another hour. I did kind of make a thing on Facebook when I shouted out that you were on the show. We have so many stories to tell and so many that we can't. So hopefully nobody was recording during the break. But, well, in summary, although I just can't summarize you, with your history here in Vegas and everything, you also teach class.
I'm teaching at the community College of Southern Nevada. It's changed names 5 or 6 times since I've been here. But I'm teaching special events.
Oh, that's great.
Which is kind of what I've been doing all my career.
So on that note, for those of you watching, and some of you are probably interested in pursuing, especially in Vegas, a media and or PR type career, what could you summarize to say that makes a good publicist?
Well, first of all, I can say that public relations is being handled mostly by women nowadays, whereas when I moved here, that wasn't the case. But the whole scenery has changed for the media as well as public relations, obviously, because you're interacting with the media. Right. First of all, you need to be able to write. And that's becoming tougher on young people because they're hooked to their social media. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I am seeing a division in public relations. So some people, it's very hard sometimes to cross over and do both on a time constraint and the fact that some people literally can't write. The media still recognizes a properly written release and things that need to be checked. You must have honesty. Now, that doesn't mean when you're dealing in public relations with the media and that you may leave out something, but you need to know. For instance, I'll give you, when I've done my crisis situations and I've had I've had fire, flood, jumper, faller, everything you can name. I had September 11 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What you do is, I'd be like 3 people from the top of the chain in the hotel when I was in the hotels. And I would go to security and to the general manager or president, whatever it was. And I would say, okay, tell me what really happened. Let's get the situation. And then we would agree on what we would tell.
Present.
Now, we wouldn't lie, but we might not tell.
Include the gory details.
Something.
Yeah. Right.
And, let them dig a little more. But you must be able to say no comment. That's not acceptable. Okay. So even if you have to say, I can't comment because we're in a legal whatever, that's something.
I like that.
And then if you're doing anything with video camera, you need to have something that looks, somebody that can go on and talk. When I was at the Imperial Palace, which was for briefly the Quad and is now the Link, you got to remember all this stuff.
And you do a good job of it, better than I.
We had 2 entrances from the front strip side and one from the back side where all the flooding always goes, the river.
Yeah. The river.
And I got a hold of my public relations manager. I was in charge of the department, and he took the back end. I took the front end. And if you can, another tip, instead of letting the media go willy-nilly, and they will talk to anybody on the street that doesn't know
the truth.
Yes.
What's the backstory?
Anything.
Right.
So
I got it.
Go to the media and say, can I help you? Do you need and that doesn't mean they may not go after the other, but at least you'll have what the truth is from your side.
Kind of like cutting them off at the pass in a way, speaking of a Western euphemism, since we do live in the Wild West.
And you have to be very careful now, particularly with social media, because anything that is out there for good.
Right.
For good.
No deleting. Well, you could delete, I guess.
It doesn't matter. It's still
been
out
said,
there.
it's done.
It's
just
still
too
out
many
there.
eyes, yeah.
So for
public
relations, let's say if you're handling celebrity or something like that, it becomes quite challenging. And personally, there are some celebrities that I wouldn't care to handle because they either won't show up on time, or they think they're privileged or something like that.
A lot of them-
And they forget that you're still in the business. This
Right.
is a business. What's her
Exactly.
name? Taylor Swift.
Right.
Beautiful example of
Yes.
correct marketing,
Yeah.
stuff like
It's
that.
a business, and she
It's-
handles it like a pro.
And
Yeah, that's
she's
awesome. I'm glad
absolutely
you
one
used
of the
her.
best.
And I just like the
Yeah.
example that she sets, you know.
Very, especially for young people,
Mm-hmm.
because unfortunately, Justin Bieber's taken a different track.
I was just gonna say-
he hasn't grown up yet, as
Maybe
Miley
he will someday.
Cyrus, is taken in that. But you have to know that when you're, the bad child,
I was going to say
you
some
need to
people
outgrow it sometime.
thrive on negative publicity. I mean, to them,
Yeah.
just spell the name right.
Right.
Although I know it's just, my mother probably said it to me too. Don't you just want to shake them and go, in 10 years, you're going to look back on that and you're just going to be horrified. And like you said, with the way things are out there now, it's not like you can undo that like we could.
Well, and you can't
so-
cover up. I mean, if
Right.
you're running for president and you smoked weed with some people,
Yeah, it's going to come out.
you might as well say it, because those people are still out there.
Yeah.
And now people see all this stuff so much quicker,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the first to go, no, I
Yeah.
was in the room when you did it.
Right, so don't
Well,
lie.
look
you know.
at look at Phelps, with after the Olympics and that. He got caught in the room. I mean,
Wasn't nightmare.
there is a camera everywhere now, even where it shouldn't be in your private moments.
My
So-
mother always told me
Pretty much.
never write anything you wouldn't want the whole world
Yep.
to see, and never have a
Yep.
photo taken that you wouldn't want your father and I to see. So that, I mean, I was trained from an early age. She was a writer too, so I think she
okay.
just threw that out there, and that's really good advice. Be honest and.
And it's very, very hard, but it's most important to try to spell people's names correctly.
Yes.
And it's harder than ever before, because I don't know what happened to Mary Sue, Pat, and Joan.
I know the different names. I know, it's terrible.
I mean, well, look, we have, like Jackie Bascow handles entertainment in town.
Hi, Jackie.
J-A-K-I.
Mm-hmm.
I'm J-A-C-K-I-E. There's people who are J-A-C-Q-U-E,
Yes, there
Jackie.
are.
So,
Yeah.
and that's minor.
Well, with all the new DJs, I know it's really hard for us writing the press releases and passing it on. But look at the DJs on the strip. I mean, they have
Oh.
every variation in phonetic spelling.
Especially when they start with the small letter.
and then they have the capital and everything,
Yeah.
because we do have to work on Microsoft Word, and it can get pretty ugly. My gosh, time's going again.
Oh.
What's the one thing a good publicist should avoid like the plague? Try saying that fast. Good publicist should avoid, what should a publicist just avoid? Period.
Just don't be dishonest.
Okay.
It goes back to being honest. You
Well,
need
but
to
you
be
can't
honest.
be too honest either. But
No,
yeah, I
but
got
you
it,
can still be honest. And the most important for everybody is you need to do things for the right reason. You will make mistakes, but if you are doing
Honest
things ill
mistakes.
of thought,
right.
it will get you somewhere in your lifetime.
We all make honest mistakes. And there's nothing
Absolutely.
wrong with apologizing. It's like when I slip up on my tongue here on the show, I'm not going to fall over in embarrassment. I can't help it. It happened. Let's move on. Jackie, you're marvelous. Well, like I do
Love
at
you.
the end of every show, I always reference back to your wonderful column.
Thank you.
People, and it's one of the most popular pages on my site. People love knowing what's coming up. So we're going to do a real quick little update here. One thing I really like that you posted in Las Vegas has set a new record with a historic number of more than 42 million visitors
Yes.
here, which broke the 2014 record of 41.1 million. We're just growing. That's all there is to it. The Cosmopolitan has a new I always say the new clique in town. It's called The Clique. It's at the a new cocktail lounge that's going to be opening. Sahara Wellness, a new all-women operated medical marijuana dispensary opened up. I'll have them on my show at the end of the month.
Great.
These women are great, and they're doing it for the right reasons. Seth Grable, who I just adore, is now
He's
going to
good.
be one night a week with
Tuesday night.
at Fantasy at the Luxor. Congratulations. Can't wait to see you, Seth. And there's something coming up with the Western at Harrah's, Angela and Matt Stabile. They've got quite a few productions. They've got X Comedy.
Right.
And I'm looking forward to the media night this Thursday. We'll tell you more about that after we see the show. Again, this is just zipped by. I love you to pieces all these years, and we're still such good friends. And many thanks to the Red Roof Inn on Paradise Across from Hard Rock. Keep sponsoring me, and we will see all of you next week.
Thank you, Christine.
Oh, my pleasure.